And hello, musicians. How are you guys doing? This is Federico again, and we have another delivery of a Kiremico blog. On this opportunity, we have a template for applying to Initiative Musik. It's a pre-filled template that basically models a singer-songwriter with three musicians recording an five-track song EP, plus promotion, plus tour. And guess what? We filled all the numbers so you guys can do some very minor modifications, understand what you are modifying, and then boom, send it over to Initiative Musik. It also includes a tour calculation with the gas mileage, kilometers, etc. So if you guys are not yet ready for sending your funding to Initiative Musik, make sure that you guys go to our blog and you click on download. Once you get here, you press make a copy and you start modifying. But let's go to the details. So as you guys know, Initiative Musik is a platform for our funding agent in Germany. So for those who live in Germany or are coming to Germany, you guys can actually apply. And what they do is like they find between 40 and 60% of their program for artists. And this program is going to finish on July 12th. So you guys can actually go and check it out. This is the one that we're going to be applying for. And you guys can actually find the program description and go to the application in which you guys will need to create a username and a login. And we'll explain that in another video because there are some stuff that you need to put into consideration. But let's go back to the blog. Basically, we already translated all this stuff from German to English. We put it here in frequently asked questions that you guys can understand. What are you guys, are you eligible for this? What are the requisites for this? Who applies for the funding program, the funding volume, etc., etc. Keep in mind that they will all the time have to put some money between 60 or 40%, depending on how much money are you asking for. But let's go straight to the sheet of the financial plan so you guys can understand what's going on. These are documents that are downloaded from Initiative Musik website. So obviously they are in German, and we translated exactly the same two tabs because there are many other tabs, but you don't need to apply with all the tabs. You just need to apply with the most important one, which is the finance plan. Okay, in the first one, in the start, it basically gives you like an option here to say yes and no. Obviously, you should put yes. And the finance plan is the one that they are going to check out. Now, because this is in German and many of you guys may be English speaking and we are English speaking, so we decided to translate it, those two tabs into the first one, which is a start, everything is in English, and then in the budget, which is the one that we're going to be using for changing our variables and our information, and it is also in English. So as I was saying, this is model for a singer-songwriter with three musicians, hiring three musicians, going through an EP of 5 songs, doing promotion of this EP on radio, marketing, and then touring with the band. So the first thing you guys should know about is, like, if you didn't pay attention, like, make sure that you are actually making a copy of this document on your Google Drive. And the other thing is, like, on the budget tab, which is the one I'm standing for, this is the one that we're going to put all the information. And the main information to change, to add, or to remove comes from those cells that are on red. So project number and project name, that's kind of you, but you're going to have to do it through this portal. And start of the project and the end of the project, it is something that you will have to decide, but everything starts in September 2023 and it has 1 year maximum duration. Now, all these crazy numbers here, let me quickly explain you what it is. So as I said, the funding amount, it's like they will not give you the full money. You will still have to put some value between 40% of the total to 60% of the total, and they make some really query, weird regressive calculations that I detail here on how to know which funding it is. But the minimum they will fund is 10,000 euros. On our model, because we are working on 3 different aspects, let me collapse, let me contract this so I show you. We are mainly working on production, and we'll have a total amount of cash of almost 8,000 euros. Then promotional and marketing 5,500, and tour and concerts for 8,500 bucks. So don't touch these numbers, because these numbers are going to come alone, and this is the number that they will put, and this is the number that you will put. Okay, so it's like you, the artist, is going to be putting 9,147, and then the Initiative Musik is going to be putting 12,000, because on this level of money, on 22,000 euros around, they will only fund 58% plus 30 of the total value. If you're actually removing these things, let's say I'm changing here and I'm like, I don't know, like deleting this one, these changes and the type of money that you need to put, it's completely different. So let me go back and replace that again. So the way we actually do it on 3 is because you can actually kind of combine each one of them, and it's going to be a bit over 10,000 euros, but at least, you can either go for all of them or you can just delete some of them. But let me go one by one on how are we actually calculating all these things. Let's go for the production of the EP. So remember that on the red ones, you can actually change the numbers. These are the quantities, and the quantities are pretty much like detailed on each one of these items and how much are we paying per day. So if you go to actually this calculation, it will calculate always this number that you are putting here multiplied by the amount of euros. So that's kind of easy to change. And then we detail here how much is per track. This actually find a mistake because it's actually 500. There we go. Sorry. It always happens. So basically 500 is already placed here. So that was good. I just saw it and I just changed it. So that it's actually good. And some items you might not need it. Maybe you're already doing sound engineering or you are the producer, so you can scheme some money here or create a master tape, or the game I already have it, you don't have to pay it. So that will change according to you. Maybe you already have a friend who can do the artwork or the photo shooting, and you can save some money or not, actually adding other costs that are different than these ones. But try to keep in mind that try to work on these red ones, so everything, it's kind of clear and consistent, and you don't have to lose that much time, and you can actually focus on, get the sheet done and actually send it over to Initiative Musik for potential funding. Now, on the promo and marketing, also we're going to be spending 5,500. So these are values coming from promotional radio, promotion online, and online marketing. This comes from Indie Republic, Oral Agency, and then STEM Music. I kindly provide all these values, as well as Matan Goldstein did that for the production of the EP. And these are other calculations that other people told us that they were spending on. So this is kind of like a rough number. They don't need actually the quotations specifically for this, for the initial portal. So you just need to upload this file. So these are kind of like calculations that we've done by talking to people on how much they actually spent before. So these are reasonable numbers. So on the promotion, definitely you're going to have some print CDs, some video content production. We added 2 for 1,500 each, like a freelancer, filmmaker, and editor. That's something that could actually move you on that level, and then you're going to end up on 8,500 euros total budget for promotion and marketing. Sorry. And last but not least, this also considers a tour. It's a tour based on 8 cities, 8 days around Germany. So it's going to be an 8-day tour. How we actually calculate that, this is where many people struggle, is because we have at Kiremico, we have our tour costing calculator, which actually considers many costs that are important for a musician to tour. And in our main plan, we have all the cities, we calculate the kilometers, how much are you guys going to spend on food, on lodging, on sandwiches, talking to each other, drinking beer, and the efficiency of the car, how many liters you're going to be using theoretically. And then we also add a percentage of 10% extra, because you always know that your car is heavier than if you would not be taking a drummer with you. So this is a Volkswagen Caddy, which is a really nice car for touring. And basically all this information, we put it back in specific details on each one of these lines. Okay, So remember, if you guys need to actually do some extra information about this, you guys can actually all the time go and book a call with us, and we're going to be happy to actually help you. The booking sheet, it's actually on the blog site. So let's go back to the financial planning. Boom. So as I was telling, some of you guys will take a tour manager or a friend, guest musicians or less musicians, so you need to actually figure these numbers out, but everything it's pretty much explained. It's only a matter of changing. Like if you are going with 2 musicians, then you put 2 here, and then it does the calculation for you. So this is how we actually approach the situation of the tour and the concerts. Now, at the end, there's always something that if you already have some funding from another source, you should put it here. So you are not putting your own money, but you are actually getting another funding from another place. And that should also be considered on this funding if you have it. If you don't, then it's fine. Now, one quick thing is like always work on the budget tab. The one that they will check out is the finance plan. So all this information that is coming from the finance plan, if you guys kind of like scroll over it, you'll see that it's coming from somewhere else, and all this somewhere else and all this information, it's actually coming from the budget sheet. So make sure that you don't mess up this one, and obviously you don't mess up this one as well, but the one you're going to be presenting, and it's the most important one, is this one. Okay, so in case all this money is too much for you, you should definitely come back to the budget one and say, okay, maybe this one we are not going to create a tour, so you delete all this stuff. Okay, just like that. But let me go back here again. So if you delete those, let's delete it again so you see what happens. Boom, then it's going to be 0, and then the total amount of money and funding is going to be completely different. So that's what you want in case you don't have the money. So now that you know exactly the basics on how our system actually works, be sure that once you finish all this, you sign up to the portal, you follow the steps, and you upload the information. They will require you also with some bio and some other like very easy to fill information. But if you have any doubts, please send us a message or comment on the blog below. Here we have some frequently asked questions, and if you click here, you go to the funding sheet, and here you have a portal to book a call with us in case you need it right before the date, and then for the future in case you actually need some extra assistance. So I wish you guys a great day, and I hope you guys get funded and enjoy this sheet and this content, and please share with your friends. And have a great day, and see you guys soon. Bye bye.